Hey guys, right now we are starting a new vlog directly from the car, and that's not a bad thing, especially not because I will soon have a meeting right here. I have been here before. I do not remember exactly what vlog it was, but that was in the very beginning of my vlogging adventure. And what is happening inside here is that right now there will be probably like 10 people sitting in front of me, and then I have to pitch our company. I have to tell about the really good things that we have, how we can serve our customers in the best way. But I also have to point out, which is even more important, what problems that we have at the moment that has to be solved. And this is why I want to go there. I want to be a person who are not perfect, and I want to show that to those really great people inside here. There's 10 people, and all those 10 people are persons who either has been in CEO positions before, or it could be persons who have had a really high income in a private owned company. So these persons inside here has a lot of knowledge that I maybe do not have, and then I can get a lot of ideas on how we can manage our company here and turn it in the right direction. And that was the meeting with the 10 people. I'm totally blown away now, guys. I had a presentation which were around 20 minutes. I was talking about the company, and I told them also about what we have of problems at the moment, or you can say some sort of issues, right? This meeting was after my presentation. It was around 2 hours or something like that, and the rules is that I cannot say anything. I am still in the room, but then you have to wait for like 2 hours and just listen to what they have to say. So they are actually acting like my board members in 2 hours, and they want to. I highlight some different things. I have highlighted something about logistics. I have highlighted something about that right now we have some employees which are not generating any sale, and how do you handle that? And then I also wanted to just hear things about if you are growing really fast and just hiring a lot of people, how do you try to, have a company that is actually stable still and have the right atmosphere in a team? Because, like, I don't know, 1.5 years ago or something like that, it was only me who were in the company, and right now we are like a lot of employees and we are actually working in teams. So how do you handle that and things like that? So basically what I got out of this meeting, now I have to see it on the video, because it was actually captured not on this camera, but it was captured on another camera, so I can look back and see what they had to say and what advices they gave. But what I can say, just one thing now, which was really important, is, and you might have heard that before, focus. But that's really important. I have heard it before. I also had another business where I was in the clothing business. Maybe you know that from another vlog, which I told you about. And I closed that company because I wanted to focus on one thing. Here we are. One thing I want to point out here especially is, if you have different segments, like customer segments, then you have to know them even better in the way that you can separate it even more. Because if you have too many customer segments, and in some of the customer segments is not really giving you any extra profit, like a higher profit, then try to lower them a little bit if it's possible, and then focus on the customer segments who give you the most value. And that is not only profit, that's also other things. If you, let's say for us, for our point of view, if we have hotels, like hotel owners who wants to buy our lights directly, then it's maybe a good idea, because the profit is higher on those projects. And also what's important here is that it's a nice reference to have. And it's nice to write something about a hotel project, so you have that as a case story. So basically what I got out of this meeting was a lot of information, and I cannot really remember all of it. But the most important thing here, as I mentioned, is focus. So try to find a way where you can focus on the most important customers that you have right now, and find a way that you can separate it, so you not only are focusing on the highest profit, but maybe some sort of half. Because it's not only about profit all the time, you also have to have the volume, and if you have the volume, then you will have, if you are selling products, a lower price when it comes to manufacturing, because then you can get components even cheaper, and then you can have a higher profit on the other customers you also have a higher profit on in normal projects. So basically this is something that I want to share with you. And also another thing which were quite interesting was that if you have employees who do not generate any sale for you, then you have to have these conversations with the different employees, because there is, for instance, some companies who have employees that do not generate any sales for the company. And that is because they maybe do something like, I don't know, H&R and something like that. But indirectly, they are actually generating some extra money to the company, because they are doing some, they're doing their job in those specific areas, and that is generating some more indirectly. But if you want to make it directly, and if you want to see sales directly from a team member of yours in the company, then you have to have a talk with him or her, because normally it's only a matter of how you structure the daily routines in the position that you have gave them back then, and you can actually change a few things, and then you can try to make it easy for them just to enter that sort of it's really simple actually. It's just to listen to your employee and find out what do they want to do, especially also what the goals are and so on. And then from there you can pretty much go into details, find out especially, okay, this one here could generate some extra sales for the company, and for that reason we can maybe focus on that in the future. Are you agree or not? And if you are not agree, then what do we have of suggestions? Because it's also a matter of time, and it's a matter of letting the employee know that they are part of this company. They need to have some sort of ownership, and they need to understand that this is not only about to have a salary, it's also about growing a business. And whether you want it or not, as a leading owner, like as a founder, you are really passionate about your company, and you should be. But on the other hand, your employees should also have that sort of passion, not in the same, you cannot expect that they will have the same sort of passion as you, but they should have some sort of passion, and they should understand that they are there not only because of the salary, but also because they want to grow the business together with you, and make it like a success. And this is the mindset that you will have to try to give those employees, so they can work as a team and will work things out in the best way, so there can be more sales to the company. Because in the end, if there's no sales in the company, then they do not have a job. One thing that I have to show you, look at this beautiful sky up here in Copenhagen. And the funny thing is that I actually have my drone with me, so why don't we just see Copenhagen from above? Go to the sales meeting, I have promised the guys something, and that is to buy some cakes inside here, because it's our tradition. I just need 5 brownies, please.
Yes, no problem.
It's okay, thank you. Perfect. Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Are you filming?
Yeah, you're on the vlog now, so.
Alright, well, hey everybody.
Bye bye. Thank you. And now it's time to show the cake. Hi guys, got cake for you guys. Woo! Brownies! That we have to have a strategy, like what we want to do from now on, and then to the next month actually. So basically, we will try to have two, if it's possible, 2 meetings in a month. If it's not, then 1 meeting in a month. That's the absolutely minimum that we need. Focus, please. Focus. There we go. Focus. All right. So for the sales meetings, first of all, if you haven't seen my previous vlogs where I talk about sales meetings and why I have them and so on in the company, just in short, first of all, if you need a really effective sales meeting, then you have to make an agenda so people know what will be completed and what will be the subjects in that sales meeting. With that being said, you also have to specify exactly who has to make some sort of strategy for the next month. What we do in this company is that I'm not the person who writes on everything, and I want to be that boss who is just listening to my employees. There are some different opinions on that, but I really prefer that we work as a team, and I am not above other persons in my organization. Of course, I am the owner of the company, but I do not see myself as more valuable compared to my employees. And this is how I really run this business. So every time there is an employee who are speaking, like for instance on new strategies when it comes to sales and marketing and so on, I'm listening very carefully, and if I agree, then we just implement it, and if I don't agree, then I will ask them a bit more about what and why they think it is the right decision for our company at the moment, and then we can get a closer conversation on maybe it was not the best idea, and maybe it is actually a good idea because maybe I didn't understand it in the beginning. So what we do on the meetings is pretty much structuring our sales strategy for the upcoming month. And how often do we have sales meetings? Well, it depends, but normally it is 1 time a month, which should be okay. You can also, sometimes you have sales meetings 2 times a month, but that really depends. If you are a business which are really running fast, then you have 2 times maybe. And on the other hand, if you are working with really big projects like we are in this company, then it's maybe better to only have 1, because bigger projects takes a longer time to close compared to smaller projects. So yeah, that's pretty much it. We use Salesforce to keep on track on all our customers, and that's not something that I get paid for to say, but this is a really good program and software. So try that out if you do not have a CRM system.
Yeah.
Maybe more here.
Enjoy it.
I don't even know what Steve said. Jo, det har jeg. Der er ikke noget, der hedder Steve. Det hedder bare Sigter.
Oh, fuck. That, ladies and gentlemen, that was the VR experience in Copenhagen. I feel a little bit sick, and I have to be honest with you. We went to this VR, virtual reality, and it was a really nice experience. I had to shoot zombies, I had to go underwater and see, sharks and fishes swimming around. It was crazy, and it was the experience was just, it was just blown, my mind was just blowing away. But I felt in one of the scenes, I went to this place where there was a lot of ghosts and things like that. I'm not afraid of that at all, but I just felt a little bit strange in my body, and I started to feel if you get like, if you're driving in a car and you get a little bit sick and so on, I felt like that in my body, and so do Ekle. We talked about that after, but I mean, crazy experience. But if you have a bit of if you're feeling a bit sick sometimes when you're driving, then VR is definitely not a thing that you should try out. It's a crazy experience. It's great. I cannot say anything bad about it when it comes to the concept, because that's what we will see much more in the future. And we have also like thought about making some sort of VR where our customers can go into the hotel, which is not even built, and see how the lighting will affect the rooms and so on. That will be crazy as well, but not so fast as the zombie killer machine that we did on that in that shop. Anyway, I will not say so much more because this vlog is already really long, so I will leave it to now. I will say one thing which is really important for me: if you like this video, then give it a like, and also if you want to see more videos like this in the future, there's a subscription button there, I think, right there, and then you can click it, and then you are very welcome to share this video as well if you find it useful, and maybe if some of your friends find it useful as well. So nothing more to say, guys, then thank you very much for watching, and remember, you can always write me if you have any questions, and I will be really happy to help you. So with that being said, thank you guys for watching, and see you next time.